Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is the second video in a series of Instagram challenges where I pick a theme, you guys send me a whole bunch of ideas, I choose my favorites, and I turn them into a photo. The theme of this video is anti-pet peeves. I don't know if there's actually a better word for what I've been calling anti-pet peeve, but basically what I'm talking about is the opposite of a pet peeve. So something that is really small and maybe a lot of people don't even notice it, but you do and you really love it. There's so many good ones and I wish I could do them all, but I'm just gonna read a couple of them. Actually, I'm gonna put my phone on a tripod. One sec. Okay, so here were some of the ones that were submitted. When you wake up after sleeping in a ponytail or braid and it's the perfect amount of cute messy. Getting the pit out of the avocado on the first try. Choosing the exact amount of hangers I need when I'm putting away laundry. Your phone battery is at the same percentage as the time. Color sorted closets, same colored socks, when you wake up 1 minute before the alarm goes off. Burritos that are perfectly uniform so you have every ingredient in each bite. When you Google a random coupon code and it actually works. When you check the last thing off your to-do list and feel so accomplished. When the crack in the sidewalk or the line in the tiles lines up perfectly under the arch of your foot. When you poured the perfect amount of milk for the amount of cookies that you have. So we have a lot of really good ideas, and I need to choose 3 of them. So here we go. So I'm finally getting started, and the first idea that I'm going to do said when you poured the perfect amount of milk for the amount of cookies that you have. So I actually made chocolate chip cookies the other day and they turned out really disgusting. I don't know what went wrong, but they look really good, so it kind of works out because if they had tasted good, I probably wouldn't have any cookies right now. But since they tasted gross, I still have leftover cookies that I can use as props. I have 2 ideas and I'm still kind of debating which one I'm gonna do. My first idea is to have the milk pouring into a measuring cup as if you're getting like the perfect amount of milk. My backup idea is kind of a classic photo that I've taken a few other times. It's inspired by All That Is She. She's holding a drink and then something is pouring into the cup, but it's just floating in the air, so it's kind of like magic. So I have my 3 little cookies and my little milk glass. Okay, so I have the measuring cup, I have the milk cup. The milk cup is cuter, but you wouldn't actually dip any cookies in a cup that tiny. Not much for people like them. Oh, nah, nah. But darling, on my mind, I'm feeling so fly up in the zone now. I'm like a golden crown, whirling high up in the sky. Oh, it's the way you make me feel so good, right now. It's the way you make me feel so good. I'm really liking the ones where the cookie is on this side because you can see it a little bit better and my arm isn't covering my body. I also kind of like the idea of like playing with my hair like that. So whenever I take a photo on iPhone on self-timer, it always takes a burst of 10. So that way when you have movement, you can kind of get every part of it, which I really like. So I think I found a pose that I really like, but my face though is kind of weird. And my hair was all right here. And when it's from the side, I like my hair to look really big. So right now I'm gonna try and brush it out and add a little hairspray, and then I'm gonna do it again with a more relaxed face. And then hopefully that will be the winner. You're right. We don't care much for people like them. We don't care much for people like them. So when I was looking at the final photo from this setup that I really liked, everything about it was good, but it felt just a little bit boring to me. Like it didn't tell the story as well as I want it to. So I'm gonna try one more thing, and if it doesn't work, I'm going to post the one that I already got. I'm going to actually combine the first 2 ideas that I mentioned. I'm just going to try having the measuring cup floating up here with no hands and pouring milk into the little glass of milk. I'm with you on like this, so let's go. I'm sure you can take it. Okay, so we're on to photo number 2. It is completely dark out. When you check the last thing off your to-do list and feel so accomplished. So I was thinking for this photo it'd be fun to show you guys how I do overhead shots because I don't actually have the proper equipment to do that kind of photo. So I want to show you how I kind of makeshift an overhead shot. At first I couldn't really think of a really good idea, and then I just Googled to-do list to see what random images popped up, and one of them was a flat lay, which made me think, oh, that's a good idea, I should do a flat lay. A lot of times with the most simple ideas, I think it's fun to exaggerate them because exaggerated visual things tell a really clear story. So I'm thinking about making a really, really long to-do list that's kind of like rolled up or laying all over the table. The other idea is just to keep it really, really simple but have like extra cute food props. So I'll just look in the fridge and see if I have anything cute for that. So another direction I'm kind of thinking about taking this idea is to change the prompt slightly into when you have a really, really long to-do list and you check off the very first thing, even if it's just like brush my teeth or make the bed or something super simple, or even those things that you just add to your to-do list just to have something to check off. I'm just gonna go around the house and look for some fun props that might look cool in a photo. I plan on shooting right onto that table, so I'm gonna have to clear that off, and I'm gonna have to move all of these boxes. One prop I for sure want to include is a mug of coffee, kind of a classic prop, but I actually don't drink coffee, and so we have no coffee in the house. So what I use for coffee photos, kind of gross, is balsamic vinegar. I use this for salads all the time, so I always have it on hand, and it just looks super dark, kind of like coffee, so just don't drink it. So I haven't decided for this photo, but especially when I'm using vinegar, I don't really want to waste a ton of it in a mug. So sometimes to get the look of coffee without actually having to fill it up, I'll just put kind of like a little stain at the bottom as if I just drank it and I finished it. So here's all these newspapers that I just keep on hand for breakfast photos. Basically, like to dribble a tiny bit of coffee or balsamic vinegar onto the newspaper, and then I just use the cup and kind of like press it down like that to make these coffee stains, and it just adds a little bit more character. So I realized I have a ton of strawberries and lemons, and I have like basically a lot of good fruit right now, so I'm totally gonna make this like an elegant food photo. For plates, I really like to use these tiny little plates because then when you put the food on top, you don't have to have very much food to make it look like a lot. If I just cover this with a few strawberries, it's gonna look like a ton of strawberries because the plate is tiny. Like, it's really probably meant to be just a saucer. I think I'm gonna actually try and make a really beautiful sunny side up egg. So this is the first egg. Wah, wah. And this is the second egg. Woo! So, welcome to Cooking Classes with Julie. Raise your hand if you think I need to start a cooking show now that I know how to make the perfect sunny side up egg. I think that these are all the props I'm gonna use. It was a little bit sad how easy it was to make this to-do list. Hey, 500 bills. That's exactly how I feel today. Okay, so I have my food set up here. I have this light, and this time it's bouncing slightly off of the ceiling because I wanted the light to look more natural for this one. I have the tripod overhead like this. The professional way to do this would be to get a tripod that's here and then to get an overhead arm that you can attach to the tripod, and then it would hang out like this for you and you could get straight above. But I don't own one of those yet, so this is what I do. This is a sandbag to add weight to this end so that it doesn't just tip over. If you don't have a sandbag, you could just put like a big heavy book inside of a purse or a bag and just hang it on here. I need to still test out what it looks like to put my phone in here and where I'll need to be to get straight above. I've got this feeling, I'm feeling you could be the one. I see no reason why I should ever let you go. Don't wanna wake up if I'm dreaming, because you know I can't get enough of this feeling you're giving me. Don't wanna wake up, no, I don't wanna wake up. I don't wanna wake up without you, baby, without. I wouldn't know This one took me about an hour to set up and then only about 5 minutes to shoot. All of these shots would be a little bit faster, except that I'm trying to take the photo and vlog at the same time. So they don't normally take me quite this long, but it's still a lot of work.
Sometimes I forget to breathe. I'm looking in your eyes. Wish you could see the things I see.
So I'm now starting the third and final photo, and I am in my closet because for the third photo I want to combine two ideas: having the perfect amount of hangers when you're hanging up your clothes and a color coordinated closet. As you can see, my real closet is really dark. The lighting is not very good, so I'm setting up a fake closet in the other room, and right now I'm just going to pick out some clothes that I think will have the best pops of color. So this is the setup for the third photo. I have the same light again pointed towards the ceiling to give kind of like a soft natural look, and then I made this makeshift clothing hanger that I'm pretty nervous about. So I had this extra copper pipe that I got for our bedroom renovation, but it was the wrong size. So I just taped that to these two light stands, and this one is already a little bit broken. So then I have this upside down planter, and I just thought it would be fun to like make my closet seem really cool, and so I put my shoes on top of that as like a shoe stand. I don't know. I don't even know if that will show in the picture. And then here is the pile of clothes that I have considered, and I think I picked out basically one in every color. I wanted to include all of these, but the pipe just isn't strong enough to hold all of the clothes, especially the heavy ones. So I basically had to pick out the lightest clothing item in each color that I have. I also just taped these branches onto here so that hopefully if I just have them on the edge of the photo like that, it'll kind of look like have a cool tropical tree. Since I'm a little nervous about this rod staying up, I'm gonna try to pretty much set up the whole shot before I actually hang the clothes.
Keep on acting out like strangers. Scream out loud. I will go if nothing changes. So change your heart. Ooh, your mind is a ghost town, echoing inside your world.
So I struggled with this photo at first, and since I was closer to the camera than the clothes, I was kind of like blocking everything. So what I had to do was basically stand in the clothes, even though obviously that's not where I would stand if I were organizing my closet for real. So I also ended up moving the camera up a little bit at one point so that it was shooting from a higher angle like this. So see how right now my head is in the hangers, and now my head is in the middle of the clothes, and you can see all of this above me. And then I tried all different poses to try to be physically shorter but still look like I was stretching out my whole body. So that was a little bit of a challenge, but I think it turned out in the end.
My kingdom on lockdown. You never give me any chance. Watch me on my way out. Nothing's gonna save us from our doubts. Nothing's gonna make us spell it out. I don't wanna be the one to say
Alright, so that's a wrap. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Instagram Challenge episode 2, and let me know what you think the theme should be for episode 3. Also, as always, you can like this video and subscribe to my channel. That really helps me out, and I will see you guys next time.